Alright, so let's jump back into that YUV curve and just have a look at it in a little bit more detail. We're going to try some different footage here, and in this shoot I actually shot with Dave Cowling from D&M Wedding Films. We had a lot of fun shooting this, but what I wanted to show you is when you have an edit, like a rough edit done, you'll maybe notice that on the day you had some different white balances or different exposures where some of the clips look a lot flatter than others, or some look, yeah, like the wrong white balance. And the idea is whenever you're color grading a scene, for example in a short film, or in this example, the first thing you want to do is get all your clips looking neutral and matched. So what you do is you choose what they call a hero shot, and I've selected this shot here as my hero shot. So basically the contrast, the white balance, and the color tone of this image is quite neutral, and I want the rest of my clips to match that shot. So how are we going to do that? Well, Edius has some really cool built-in features to help us do that. And you can see here with this shot that I've shot that, I don't know how I did that, but it's completely flat. I think I had the wrong picture style there, there's the wrong white balance. You can see that these two shots are very different in terms of exposure and contrast, so we can fix that up pretty easily. So, well, hopefully anyway. So let's jump right back into that YUV curve. We're going to drop down on top of that clip here. And remember I was talking about that split screen option. Well, this is going to come in really handy. Now, yes, we can split the screen and see the before and after effectively applied to that clip. But we can go one step further, and we can actually split the screen with another shot that we're trying to match. Let's just default that wide. Adjustment name, but and let's go to our hero shot, which is here. We're going to click on that hero shot, so it's selected. And then we're going to click this lock button. Use current screen to show filter effect. So we click that. Now that it's blue, this hero shot has been locked. So then we go back to the filter, click the way we're editing, applying our filter to. And once we split the screen, make sure you split the screen, you can actually see that we've able to match these shots direct side by side. And this is really powerful and really helpful. So first thing I want to do is try and fix up the contrast in this shot. You can see the left-hand side shot, there's virtually no black point at all. So what we want to do is, straight away I'm just going to jump to my blacks. And you can see, if I put a little anchor point down here in this bottom left square, and I push it down to the floor, straight away we're getting contrast back. So what we want to try and do is match the contrast. So we're looking, paying attention to the shadow on the side of this guy and the shadow on the side of this guy. We're looking for highlights and how they're affected when I crush my blacks. If I crush them too much, we're losing skin tones, we're losing detail in the jacket. But and this is where anchor points can help. So we've crushed our blacks, you can see down here, but as our curve is joined to the same anchor point, you can see that we've also crushed midtones. So we can push those back up here like so. Now I'm not saying that necessarily looks good, but I just want to show you how the YUV curve works. And now that we have multiple anchor points, we can really focus on affecting just single areas that we want to affect. So that's looking pretty good. If we slide back and forth, you can see maybe not the color has been matched yet, but at least our contrast is definitely looking much better. Let's just have a quick look at the original there. There's the original. Let's drag our points back and you can see yeah, we're getting pretty close. We're getting pretty close in terms of luminance, and that's what we want this filter for at this stage. So we can press OK on that, and now these two shots at least almost match each other in luminance. You could say the lighting on this guy's face is a lot stronger and a bit too bright, which it is, but it's different lighting. So I could try and match that a little more by bringing it down. That highlights his face. So you can see and match them a bit more. But you've got to be careful with the YUV curve, because you don't want to start pushing values too much, because you're going to get unrealistic looks like that. What I wanted to really show you is the power of that split screen and how we're going to use it later as well. So get used to that. So there's our contrast fix. Actually, you know what? It's a little too contrasted. Look at the side of this wall. We've got no detail here. It's supposed to be a little detail. Alright. Well, maybe it is looking good. Maybe it is. Okay. Cool. So next step. Now, I haven't really explained these color bands here, color curves. Yeah, I showed you that, yeah, the blues up there, greens down there. But what are they used for? Well, if we similarly applied a contrast curve to our color channels, you can see what that's done. It's actually just added saturation. So instead of adding contrast to luminance, we're adding contrast to our chrominance values, which is giving us, I mean, obviously this doesn't look good, but I did want to show you what these curves are for, how they can be used. Now, say we didn't want to use a contrast curve. Say we wanted to just tint our image, we could just pull this slightly to the left or right, anywhere, a little bit, and you'll see it's actually tinting our image. So within one filter, we have effective contrast on a non-linear fashion. And we can also tint our image. So just with a tiny little click like that, I've already got this sort of cool blockbuster look. We're going to actually refine one of those looks later on when we get more advanced, but I still want to just introduce you to these things slowly and yeah, and show you their power. So you can see as I'm just adding points here and there, actually what I'm trying to do now without even telling you was I was trying to match the color of the black background here. So if we default those back, our color, you can see there's quite a bit of warmth in our left-hand side blacks, but on our right-hand side blacks, there's quite a bit of blue. So one way we can do that is just using our color channels. And like, you know, ask yourself, where is blue? So it's up in the top left. And in this channel, our green, so our greens and our blues are here and here. Okay? So once we know that, we can just gently just push blues and greens into our blacks, and straight away we're getting a little closer, So now our black points are starting to match. Yeah, now we've got blue in here. So straight away, with one filter, we've achieved a balanced shot. Now you might say that his skin doesn't have the warmth that this Hero Shot guy's skin does, and that's true. We're going to focus on skin tones later on. I just wanted to show you the YV curve and what its power is and what it's really used for. So there we have a matched shot. Now we could in fact just go through all of these shots and try and match them all with the same technique. So I'm not going to do that here now, I just wanted to show you that sort of how this split screen is used and how to do that. So that explains the YV curve in a little more detail. Hopefully it's not too confusing. It's not really confusing at all. You break it down into those three parts. I guess the only confusing part, the difficult part, is if you've never used curves before, just using it intuitively. I mean, straight away I'm jumping to points because I know what they're going to do. But when you're first learning, I just urge you to add these anchor points and add as many as you like and see what happens when you move them around and see what's being affected in your image. And trust me, when you master these curves, it opens up a whole new world in terms of creativity and control. Let's have another quick look at that. There's a really good example. Whenever you're trying to calibrate sky, clouds, okay, cool. So here's something I shot in New York recently, and this as well was shot with the city style preset. So you can see it's very flat looking and it definitely needs some work in terms of contrast. So we'll drop our wavy curve on top of that and double click that, and straight away I'm just going to add a contrast curve. So immediately if we split the screen, you can see, yep, how quick was that? I've got my contrast back, but now I want to really refine that. I want to take it a step further. So what we want to do now is, well, my goal is really, I want that sky to really pop. I want those clouds to burst out. I want the contrast. See, there's the original there, flat. And as we bring up our contrast, look what's happening to the clouds. They're getting more of an edge, and it's looking a lot cooler. But the problem is, we've really destroyed the rest of our image, so we need to add more anchor points here. So just say we add a few here and here. You can see, yes, I'm not affecting the sky at all now. I have this power to really separate my image. So you can see under here I'm adding my contrast back, really giving my image a lot more depth than it had. And that's the idea of contrast. Not only does contrast add sharpness, perceived sharpness, but it also adds a depth to your image that is just, it's what really gives it that cool look. And you can see there with the split screen what it's doing. And we can just refine that sky just by bringing that white point down. You can see it's blown. Also, just to maintain our contrast. And we don't want to overexpose things and make it look ugly. And we'll just have a look at before and after finally. highlighting the power of each filter too, like where one filter falls over, another one can pick up. I mean, I think we're going to be covering maybe 5 native filters within Edius, but yeah, like I said, when we combine them, we use each one in a unique way, we can really create customizable, amazing Hollywood looks. So I'm looking forward to that, and I hope you join me in the next